entire Action News team is covering tonight's debate. Action News anchor Steve Wolford joins us momentarily from the spin room, but our coverage begins with Action News reporter Elizabeth Gadley, who is outside the Venetian where there's plenty of fanfare leading up to the final GOP debate of 2015. Elizabeth.
Hey Ricky, Las Vegas is the political center of the universe right now, and tonight what happens in Vegas will be watched all over the world. I even spoke to a guy visiting from Great Britain who says many people there are more interested in our politicians than they are in their own.
Everybody, because of Trump, because of this whole revolution in the Republican Party, this has just captured the imagination. You know, people are talking to me about it all the time, people who aren't even that interested in politics.
The Republican debates have been wild so far, with Donald Trump stealing the show. The undercard debate is going on right now, but the main thing most of the people I talk to can think about is Donald Trump. Everyone wants to know what he's going to say or do next and how the other candidates are going to respond to him. The debate ratings this season have been the highest ever, ranging from a little over 13 million to 24 million viewers. Only 1,400 lucky people get to watch the debate in person, and I interviewed one man who was lucky enough to get one of those golden tickets.
Well, I'm privileged to be there, I guess, and I'm very excited because I think this is going to be the most important of the four debates. It's the debate that's focused on international security and foreign affairs, and given the attacks on Paris and San Bernardino, I think that's the dominant issue of the day.
Coming up tonight at 5, I'll have more on the fanfare, plus a protest that also got plenty of attention. Now let's turn it over to Steve Wolford in the spin room.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Let's go ahead and give you sort of set the stage here. Things are a lot more subdued here in the spin room than out on the street right now. In fact, I'll step aside and let you get a look around. This is where the candidates will gather after the debate tonight, along with their representatives, to try to put their best spin on their performance, explain why they won the debate and why the other guys didn't. As that viewer, that gentleman out on the street mentioned earlier, this debate is going to be about national security. And of course, in light of the terror attacks recently in Paris and San Bernardino, along with the Syrian refugee crisis, this is going to be a very timely debate. Donald Trump spoke out on that moratorium that he was calling for on Syrian refugees entering the United States until Congress can actually have a chance to figure out what the H they're doing about it. And it seems like whenever Trump utters a bombastic remark like that, the pundits widely condemn him and wait for his numbers to fall in the polls. But as you heard at the top of the newscast that Ricky told us about, the latest national polling showing Donald Trump with about a 20-point lead over Ted Cruz, his nearest rival. That is not the case, however, in Iowa. Cruz has pulled ahead in the last two out of the last three polls. So Cruz is coming on strong in Iowa right now, so that's why this debate is going to be crucial. It'll be interesting to see if Trump takes any shots at the Texas senator. He'll also be flanked by Florida Senator Marco Rubio, Dr. Ben Carson. So this is a lot on the line right now tonight just to see how this all plays out, and this will be the last debate of 2015 before we really get heated up into the Iowa caucuses less than 70 days from now. Ricky.
The criticism of Trump all along has been that he didn't have the credentials to talk about international issues, that he didn't have the credentials to talk about national issues, but he's come out strong when it came to immigration and this refugee crisis and this call that he made to ban Muslims coming here to the U.S.
Well, he really hits on those chords with a lot of Republican voters and a lot of American voters, for that matter. So he's striking the right notes. But his remarks on the Muslim moratorium tied to the Syrian refugee crisis, widely condemned by a lot of the guys who will be on that stage tonight, along with Carly Fiorina, the businesswoman, former CEO of Hewlett Packard. So Trump will have his hands full. I think we're going to see a lot of arrows flying in all different directions in front of those 9 podiums tonight on the stage.
Absolutely, and you'll be there to bring it all to us. Thank you, Steve. We'll check back in with you in just a couple of minutes.